Hello. Just before this interview with Beiju starts, I just want to say thank you for 225 subscribers. It really means the world that there's that many people who are interested in the content that we make. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to subscribe because we'll be getting loads of different content creators on and possibly some faces that you've seen before. Anyway, I'll stop talking now and let you guys go and enjoy the interview. See you all later. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of FNAF Creator Origins. Last episode we had Unknown Specimen on, and this episode we have a very special guest. You made Lethal Company models. He did a awesome Lethal Company short that I saw the other night, and he's been in quite a lot of different collabs for FNAF videos. It's Beiji. Hello, welcome on.
Hello, it's me. I guess I'll do the intro now. Okay, so right off the bat, something funny. When I made my username, I actually had it in mind as Bay, but everyone calls me Bay G, so I roll with it because I don't want to correct everyone I meet. So, Bay G it is. It's fine. But yeah, I made bunch of different stuff. I mostly did FNAF, and this year I did a lot more different stuff like Lethal Company. Doing something for Buckshot Roulette, and making a FNAF fan game. Generally, I do a lot of stuff, and yet I feel like I don't, but I do many things. My resume is full. And yeah.
Everyone's got their own story. I did quite a bit of research on you over the past few days. I'm going to be saying that to everyone, but I looked into you and a lot of the different things you did. I gotta say, you're very impressive. Like a lot of the stuff you do is very cool.
Thanks.
All right. Let's get on to the first question because it is an interview, not an interrogation. I promise. Okay. Recently, you seem to have made the jump from SFM to Blender. Is this related to you preferring Blender over SFM, or is there any other reasons?
I wanted to tell you this when you sent over the question, but I was kind of nitpicky. Dude, I switched like close to 3 years ago. It was like early 2022, I think. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, how that happened was I got into a collab, a voice lines collab, and it was for Security Reach, and the lack of maps was a contributing factor to, I don't know, I'll make this in Blender, I guess. And I did it, and I was like, I like this. I like this more than SFM. I'll just start using this now. And it was a good decision because SFM is very limiting and it's very old. And it doesn't even have like proper scaling. It's very odd now that I look back. But I know there's a whole thing about people being too intimidated by Blender and stuff, but it's honestly a huge upgrade and just in general a better choice. So please do it for your own sake.
Honestly, fair enough. When I got into animation, I'm not great at it, but when I started, I was looking into which software to use. So I was lucky enough to start on Blender, and I haven't used SFM at all. But
I mean, I guess SFM is simpler, and Blender is intimidating at first, but you're doing yourself a favor if you do Blender, and I guess good on you. You didn't waste years of your time. I think I have 3,000 hours on SFM. I'll never get them back.
I do actually have a question with your hours marked down. It is
Oh,
I can tell you them if you want. You have
go on.
3,460 hours on SFM and almost 1,850 on Blender.
Yep. Um, though, well, I don't know when, but I was using Blender at some point on Steam, so that it counts my runtime. But I think that was still when I was using SFM. Though I switched to like getting the updates from Blender's actual website, but it might have been this year. I switched back to Steam, so those almost 2,000 hours aren't even accurate on Blender. I think it might surpass SFM or maybe match it, but we'll never know.
I mean, I say I've seen okay, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna throw a random question here because I'm interested. Did you use SFM or Blender to make your Lethal Company short? Because I don't remember.
It was Blender. It was this year. The last time I used SFM proper, I think it was early 2023. I wanted to make some uh, silly video and just animate it maybe 5 seconds that are still unfinished. Um, but yeah, the I haven't used SFM when I since I made it switch seriously at least.
Okay, okay. You know, I could see that. I've heard many bad things about SFM, to be completely honest with you.
It is old. It is very old.
Yeah, I've heard it's quite outdated. Um, all right. You want to go to the next question?
Yup.
Apart from Valve games, what other games inspired you to animate? As it seems your interest in animation began with video games.
So there's this game. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's pretty obscure. It's called Friday Night at Freddy's. I don't know that. I think that was the name, but that I did actually start out like very short period wanting to do TF2 stuff, but um, FNAF was the actual beginning because it just gave me a huge boost in motivation and ideas and stuff. And I guess just the SFM community in general was a huge inspiration. But more recently, I suppose, hmm, I guess Lethal Company and Ultra Kill and Buckshot Roulette and stuff. Pretty much any game I like hyperfixate on for that month, I'll probably try to do something to it even though it's insignificant as a render, I guess, or a unfinished fan model or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Um, well, that's actually quite interesting because I've heard many different stories about how people got into that. FNAF is definitely the most common one, but a lot of people say like Disney movies or Pixar movies. You came out with FNAF, which fair enough. That don't surprise me too much, especially with where we are right now.
Yeah.
Um, all right. How did you get around to entering Lunatic Hugo's "Let Me Out" collab? Because I saw you were listed in the description of that.
Uh, I asked for a part and I got it.
Fair enough. I thought you had to like find somebody who. The way I've built myself up in this community is I have one guy, and God bless him, unknown specimen. He's connected me to every single person I know. I've met like nobody on my own except for Goopy, Goopy Springboy, and he's going to be the person on the next episode. Which, hey Goopy, if you're seeing this, hi. But
Hello.
unknown is the one who connected me to everyone. So did you just know Hugo then? Is that just somebody you know, or did you know like somebody who knew him?
Um, Well, there's the thing. The way I meet like quote unquote famous people in this community is that I do my things, I post my animations and stuff, and it's like, whoa, that cool artist I know saw it and liked it and stuff, and they followed me. And I just put out my stuff and I get seen, and uh, I, I guess I just naturally built myself up, and I asked for a part, and they let me in. And I don't know, I just off topic, but I wish I did better for my part. It was quite old. I think I was the first person to finish, but um, I guess that's a significant, well, one of the significant things I did throughout my FNAF animator career, and I wish I did better. But yeah, it was just came and went. I just got in and did the part, and Hugo, I think he said to me that I something along the lines of I had my eye on you or something. I don't think we directly talked. I don't no, I don't think we talked directly beforehand, but I'm pretty sure he knew me a little bit.
That honestly, that's really cool. I my goal is to slowly build up, the number of creators we can get on this series. There is an ultimate goal for
Uh,
one creator, but right now it's unlikely. But we'll see. We'll see where this series goes. There is someone who we do have in mind who knows about the series' existence. The creator
I
knows.
mean,
I'm not going to say who it is, but
uh,
they do know. They do know about the series. They know it exists.
I hope the series like does well and reaches its the goals you have in mind because it's pretty cool. It's well made and I mean, yeah, it's well made. I like it. I watched the unknown episode yesterday. It's pretty good.
Unknown's episode. So to explain Unknown's episode, I didn't do any research for his because me and him are very close friends. I did no
I mean,
research. That was just to see how I could react in an interview space. Yours is a
I
lot
mean,
more well researched, I promise.
yeah, no, I could tell. I mean, it's fair. It's your friends, and you don't really need to do research. And you just asked FNAF questions, and it was entertaining for me. But I mean, yeah, you sent me the questions. I was like, damn, he did. This guy knows his stuff.
I told you. That's the thing I do with anyone who I'm interviewing nowadays, and not to freak any creators out if they want to come on, but I will pull up like every social you have, and I will spend the night going through like your posts for the past 2 years, and I will get everything and compile it into a question. Like I saw, I think it was some Undertale or Deltarune animation you posted. And I was tempted about putting a question in about that, but then I avoided it because I saw like some else you posted. I was like, that's really cool. And then I saw you like Bookshot, and I'm not correct in saying this. Do you not like Iron Lung? I might be wrong.
Um, Look, here's the thing. We're going a little off topic, but it's fine. Um, I think Iron Long is cool. I don't think it deserves the as much praise that it gets, but I know that's a very bitter mentality. It's like, this thing is popular. I don't like that it's popular. I think um I think it's just a game that's not very replayable. Like it's pre-scripted from what I could tell. But people are like, it's a masterclass of horror. It's like it's fine. Oh, and the jabs I take at it in my videos are solely because I don't think it needs the PS1 aesthetic other than it was easier to do. I think you could do a realistic style, but that obviously takes time. But yeah, I don't hate it. It's just, eh, I'm fine.
Okay, I can respect that opinion. Fair enough. I thought there was like some deep hatred for that. Okay,
Not,
never
no,
mind.
dude. I don't have enough time to hate on random video. I mean, any video games. It's like unproductive, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Okay. Um. All right. This question, I think you questioned me about it because you didn't know what I meant, and
Oh.
I explained it, and I think I know the answer because I'm not sure. I don't remember if you told me or not. I think I know the answer, but I'm gonna ask it nonetheless. You did
Go on.
multiple. You did like a multiple different glitch trap in like your animations. It's like I don't know whether it was an effect or different models. How did you do that? Because I'm dumb and I want to know.
Okay, so I was confused because you were like in your most popular animation. I'm like, what? What? And you were referring to the 8th anniversary collab. And I suppose it is. Yeah, it is my most viewed.
I did my research. I clicked on the popular button and it came at the very top.
Although, exclusive info, secrets behind the Beiji channel. That is not technically not my most viewed video. I have two other videos that are. One of them is 1 million views, and the other is 600,000. But they're unlisted, or yeah, they're unlisted because I didn't like them. It's one of them is the Sun and Moon voice line from the final Security trailer, where it's like, "Oh, lights off! I warned you." And I animated that. It's very old. It's not bad, but I don't think it deserved 1 million views. And the other one is it got around a bit. Have you seen the video where it's like the voice clip is from a meme on Across the Spider-Verse, where it's like, I created you and you created me, and
I
they
think I know what you're on about. Yeah.
it's it was the FNAF movie, and the cupcake was like, twist his dick. Uh,
Oh no, I have seen that video. That was
yeah,
you.
that was
I
me.
thought that was
Yeah,
someone
that was
else.
me. That video got freebooted to heaven. Um, I uploaded it. Did I upload it? I think I uploaded it. Yeah, and it got a lot of views, and the comments, man, they were Jesus Christ. The comments actually ruined my day. It was iPad kids. So I unlisted it, and yeah, I was like, no, get that out of here. I don't want this on here.
Yeah, I've had one of my videos do that before. I found out the hard way that if you put Roxy in the title and thumbnail, you're not going to get the audience you want.
Uh-oh.
But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you don't want to know what I saw when I clicked on where did the people come from the video. My temptation to take it down is immense, but then again, it is the second most popular video on my channel, so I'm like, eh.
I mean, I don't really I use YouTube as I don't make any money because one, I can't, two, I don't really want to, because I use it as kind of an archival thing where it's like I do a project, I want to also put it on there. And I mean, I the Nutcracker video and the Buckshot video I specifically made for YouTube, but I don't really have the mindset of, oh yes, I must, like, I don't do this for the, what's the word? I don't want to get popular, I guess, in general. I just want to do cool things and have people like them, hopefully.
Oh, that's actually really respectful because I know there's a lot of animators out there who ain't like that. Honestly,
I mean,
fair enough, mate. Because I can
I mean,
genuinely respect you for that.
it's fine if you want to, get popular and make money off of it. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want to do it. I really, I guess, respect my work. I just do it because I love doing it.
Honestly, fair enough. Genuinely fair enough. That is like, I think that's the most noble goal I've heard.
I'm a um I'm a very simple, humble man. But all right, moving on.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, well I'll skip that question because you answered it. Oh, this is interesting. I think I know the answer, but
Wait,
I'm
wait,
not
wait,
saying
no,
who.
no, wait. Sorry. I didn't answer. I don't think I answered. It was different models. I just
Okay.
said what video it was from.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I'm going to remove that next question anyway because it was
Uh,
that I have a tag next to it that said remove if it's not an effect.
we're professionals.
um. Okay. Um. What draws you to games like Lethal Company and Buckshot Roulette?
So I'll just add Ultra Kill onto that list because even though I haven't done a lot of stuff for it, it's probably my if FNAF didn't exist, I probably would have grabbed onto Ultra Kill because I really like it. But just in general, those kind of games, I think Ribs, my good friend, who you I think you would know if you watch the videos. Ribs recommended Lethal Company to me. I'm pretty sure. I was like, okay, let's play this, and I was like, oh, the game's good. I like the art style. Um, the lore's pretty cool, and that was that. And I think he also nudged me to get into Buckshot or at least watch a gameplay video of it. I was like, this is a really cool concept for a game. And then I found out about the lore, and then my good friend Louis gifted it to me on Steam so I could play it. And I guess the short answer would be the story and just the ideas the developers have, especially like you can see that with Lethal Company, like the enemies, like a not life-size nutcracker and with a giant eye in its head. Like, how many Cheetos do you smoke to come up with that, or a floating head with hands? That's it. It's simple yet effective. And I guess that's the same thing with FNAF. I just love the ideas they put in the games. And same for Ultra Kill. On top of that, Ultra Kill is a really good game. Please go play it if you haven't.
I'll probably throw the Steam link in the
Yes,
description of the video.
yes, do.
I absolutely will. You know what? I will say after all my research on you, I've never seen Ultra Kill. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly Google it while we're here. Uh, Here we go.
I
Oh,
mean,
okay. I think I have seen this
yeah.
before, actually.
The thing is, I really like the game, and I really want to do stuff for it, like animate it or model it. The thing is, I can't. I'm not that good yet. The ideas I have are too big and stuff. Although I did model V1, the main blue robot guy, the main character, and I think that's probably one of the best models I've made. Um, I don't post much about it. I posted it like a few places, so it's not surprising that you missed it. But I am not yet skilled enough to do ultra kill stuff. But one day.
That's the dream. All right. What inspired you to recreate the style and models from said games?
Uh, in did they say in the box video? I mean, I
Buckshot,
kind of
Ultra
referenced
Kill,
it,
and
but
Lethal Company.
yeah. In the Nutcracker video, I said it was inspired by Beanie, a video Beanie, and he's done three now. I'm pretty sure. No, four. He's done four videos about modeling Lethal Company enemies, and the first one was the player models. And I watched that. It was like January this year, and I watched that. I was like, "Whoa, he made an entertaining video about 3D modeling. I want to do that." And it like taught me some stuff like actually baking my textures and whatnot. He made one for the Bracken, which was more or less the same. He made one oh, and then I was like, okay, I'll model the coil head because they're cool. And right as I was writing the script, he posted a video modeling the coil head and jester. I was like, oh, okay. I don't want to do this now. Then I was like, okay, what else can I do? Oh, nutcrackers, they're cool. And I did it. And he made another video and he saw that nutcracker video. He thought it was cool. I was like, yeah. And he, he made a video about the old bird. He was gonna do one for Ultra Kill, but all of his progress got erased. So he was like, okay, I'll do old bird. And then I did the buckshot one, and he's moved on to making like original designs and modeling those, which I like. And I actually got him to feature in the buckshot video, which was cool. And we're acquaintances now. We like I heart his comments on YouTube. He hearts my comments. It's cool.
Truly besties.
And yeah, and yeah. So it was Beanie that got me into making those videos. Um, he's a real cool guy. And just a little off topic. Gonna flex a bit. Uh, you might have seen it. Mike Klubnika, creator of Buckshot, actually saw the Buckshot video. I was like, whoa, that's cool. But yeah, people who inspired me make me do the stuff I do, and it's cool when I interact with them.
That's genuinely really cool. There will be one day, hopefully, where I get the that amount of recognition. But honest to God, that is really cool for you. That's like that is so cool.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Um, I have a couple of questions my editor wrote actually, because he's film studies, so he has a lot of questions when he watched some of your stuff. How did you come up for the concept of your Nutcracker short film?
So yeah, I think Beanie did like intermissions for his Coilhead and Jester video. There were little short animations, but they were like found footage stuff. And I think that was a contributing factor, but I remember I was editing the video and I was like, what if I do a short animation at the end? Because at the time it was my last year at art school, and we had a class that basically taught like the teacher, God bless him, he was the best teacher I've ever had and the best class I've ever had. And he like discussed directing, writing, just anything to do with film because his profession was in that, and obviously I could use it for my stuff, and I was in that filmmaking mood. So I just thought, what if I do a short animation? And wrote the script on the spot with just the endings changed. One ending was where, yeah, the first one was after everything was the same, but when the green scavenger kills the Nutcracker at the end, it was gonna be a coil head that comes in and kills him. Then I changed it because I was like, oh, that's too random. And then it was gonna be a very small reference to something I said in the video earlier, where I said 10 nutcrackers can spawn and rend, and it was gonna be 9 other nutcrackers show up and kill him. But I was like, no, that's silly for such short, serious short. I was like, oh, he kills himself, and wrote the script on the spot and recorded the lines, and that was that.
Wow. I need the ability to be able to write scripts on the spot. That'd make this so much more easier. Um,
I mean, it's hit and miss with me because I wrote that on the spot, and the buckshot roulette short I'm working on that took a while, mostly because of the video itself and the model itself. But it went through changes, and I don't know. I got lucky, I guess. The idea really clicked with me, and the way I come up with any short really is that I try to capture the feeling I think the characters would have. Like, imagine you're stuck working with a company on like alien moons, and you you gotta meet quota or you die. And when you're trying to meet the quota, you are in danger of dying. And I was like, okay, so they'll be frustrated and fighting and bickering all the time. And for the buckshot short, I'm gonna like try to have scenes where it like drags out and you know uncertainty and the uncertainty you feel in such a game of life and death. And basically, the feeling the mechanics of the game give me, I tried to capture that in a short.
Okay. That honestly, I think you did great at it. With the Lethal Company one especially, you did fantastic.
Thank you.
When we were writing that question the other night, I was in call with my editor, and he watched it with me. And again, he's in film studies. He's like, the next question actually ties into. Actually, I should just ask you the next question because this is pretty much what he said. He said,
Yeah.
the composition in the short seems very elaborate and meaningful. What would happen? Oh no, sorry. Would you have happened to have studied film theory at any point throughout your animation journey?
Well, I kind of mentioned this, but I had a class that the teacher talked a lot about. I guess you could call it film theory, but he touched on a lot of the different things like camera angles and what different placements mean and the colors and how to use all these stuff. And I actually showed the Nutcracker video to him, and it was like all of it is great except like the way you cut from shot to shot. And he told me how to do it right, and yeah, it is fair. But largely, the way I do things, I go for it. I just do it on the spot, which is not. I would not recommend it. It's best to do planning and stuff, but art comes from the artist's feeling, and if you use those feelings to drive a piece, it's all the better. But do plan stuff, please. I've planned the buckshot short the way I did the Nutcracker. I wrote the script, we recorded the lines, I started animating, and all the shots were come up. I came up with them on the spot, and um, that was that. I just went through it. Usually, the standard is you write a script and then translate the camera shots you want, the angles, what field of view, etc. And then you storyboard it, and then there's all those different steps for storyboarding, like you add sound to it and make an animatic and all that. And then you like do layouts, and I did none of that because, well, it wasn't really necessary. It was just me working on it. But for the buckshot roulette short, I actually did storyboard all of it. Then I started animating, which was interesting. It helped me definitely in some places. But I just do things really, which does bite me in the ass sometimes. But you know, it's worked so far, so I guess I keep doing it in places.
I can only respect that. I mean, if everything's going right for you, keep what you're doing.
Mm.
All right. This one was one that I had. After listening to what you said before, I think I know the answer, but I'm still going to ask it. Out of all the characters in Lethal Company, what made you pick the Nutcracker to remodel and put in a short film?
Beanie took the coil head from me. But yeah, that was one part that made me, reconsider my decision on the enemy. And nutcrackers are just cool. Like they're spooky and, well, simple to model. But Lethal Company enemies have interesting designs. Some of them I like, but I wouldn't consider modeling. Like I guess the old bird. It's a robot, but I don't know. I just don't feel it, you know. But with the Nutcracker, I guess I felt that inspiration in me.
Fair enough. Um, with I've played Lethal Company a couple of times. It scares the hell out of me every time. Um,
Yeah.
I do have one death I remember to the Nutcracker. I didn't know what to do. I got
Uh,
tricked saying that you need to run away from it. So I started
oh
sprinting
no!
down a corridor, and all I heard was the gun sound loading. By the time I
Did
turned
you
around, I couldn't see anything. Um,
uh, Did you happen to hear soft piano, Claire de Lune playing in the
I
background?
did. One of my friends said I needed to run as fast as I could away from it, and I was tricked. He stood still and watched it kill me.
uh,
But yeah, no, it's always terrifies me games like that, dark corridors, because it seems like you're alone. Lethal Company really brings out that atmosphere, doesn't it? Of
I
you
mean,
have people around you, but when they're all dead, you're all on your own.
I don't really get scared that easily anymore. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm the tough guy. I don't get it. But I guess that I've been desensitized interacting with horror media for 4 or 5 years now. But Lethal Company definitely brings out like a sort of stress. I played with some of my university friends a while back, and when I wasn't teaching them how to move in the video game, it was like, no, oh god, everything's going wrong. Ah. And more stuff needs to do that, where it's not just ooh scary image or jump scare. It needs to tap into like the terror kind of feel.
I agree. A lot of horror games are lacking in that. I think a good example is what is it? Bendy and Ink Machine had a lot of potential, didn't it? But that kind of fell flat.
I mean, I like Bendy because I played Dark Revival, but I guess yeah, it's not very scary.
Hmm. I think it had a lot of potential, like first chapter, because that was good. It was pretty simple for what it was. But after that, it just kind of turned into fetch quest, especially the third one.
Yeah, I mean, another example I can think of, I don't watch horror movies because I think they're boring. But if I want to do anything horror, I probably play a game because that might have something interesting. Because, like I said, Bendy not scary, but I like the ideas it has, or any horror game really. FNAF isn't scary to me that much, but I love it because all the different stuff. But I sat down to watch Smile the other day, and when I wasn't laughing my ass off, I was just bored because I don't know. It wasn't scary. It relied on a lot of tropes, and if you're like me, you won't get scared by them. I think more horror media needs to make you feel the terror, not just oh, here's some creepy imagery. It needs to tap into your caveman brain. A good example is Subnautica, if you couldn't tell by my profile picture. Um, it's the game still scares me sometimes because I'm like you're in this just blue empty void, and then something just you hear something in the distance and it actually comes for you, and it's like no, no, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah. Speaking of Subnautica, are you thinking of getting the second one when that comes out?
Yeah, dude, Subnautica is my favorite game of all time. The second one's I'm gonna be on that shit day one.
Honestly, I can't blame you. I mean, I've heard only good things. I've played a little bit of Subnautica on the PlayStation, and you can imagine how clunky that was. So I've
Oh
not tried it when I'm on PC. I really should get it.
yeah. Oh, and shout out to one other thing. Analog horror might be like the most hit and miss form of horror for me. Like this isn't like I'm not trying to hate on anyone and be like, oh, look at this. But I watched a video on the man in the suit. If you know what that is,
I think I've heard of that. I'm not
it's
sure.
it's the Godzilla one. It's
Oh
I
yeah,
think it
yeah.
was yeah. The actor gets um he blows up in the suit or something. And whenever one of the scares would come up, I was I was just laughing. I didn't mean to, but it just seemed funny to me. But again, I'm not like saying it's bad or anything. It just wasn't scary for me. But one analog horror series I will forever die defending is Gemini Home Entertainment. That thing still scares me when I think about it. Just the ideas it presents, or just horrifying to me.
I've never heard of that one, but I'm gonna give it a watch after this interview now. Cause
Basically, aliens infect people, and it's gross and awful, and but in the best way possible. It is scary for me.
again, I'll give it a watch after this. After we've recorded this, because that actually sounds really
Yeah.
interesting. Um, yeah. So actually, this is a good question that I'll tie into the next one. Um, you have a game being made called The Night Carnival. What pushed you to make a game? Where did you get the concepts from? And did you get any concepts from any series you've watched before?
Being made is a bold statement, but okay, no. But the Night Carnival, it's FNAF fan game stuff, and I think every fan must have wanted to make a FNAF fan game at some point. I definitely have, but I had a lot of canceled FNAF fan game ideas. Not actually canceled. Nothing was ever being made aside from maybe models. But the Night Carnival was actually a reboot of a another canceled idea I had with my friends Ribs and Nightmare, best friends in the world. Love them. Shout out. But I think it was Nightmare. Yeah, he was like, I want to make a fan game, but I don't know. I lack some, I guess, modeling ability and some ideas. I was like, I could help you. And we have a team now, but because I've been busy with so many things, I can't really manage it. Also, I'm a bad game director. I don't really understand game design. Not game design, just game development in general. But I won't give up on it. We have a lot of good ideas. I think if it reaches the level I want it and it's released and people play it. I think people will like it when it comes out. But we are far away from that. But other things I could say about it, I guess it was also born out. It was kind of a response to the, I guess, hate mob going on for modern FNAF and modern indie horror in general. Because I wanted to show to people that, I guess, s- let's say Security Breach can be done well. And in the early days, the game resembled Security Breach a lot, but now it's a little more unique and just ideas I think are cool in a game. And I think that should be a good short summary of the game. I have no idea when will it be out, but I really hope it does get done in the way I want it to be because uh, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. Don't worry. Hopefully.
So I'm right to believe there is a functioning build of the game, judging by the statement you
I
said of it
mean,
looking like Security Breach.
no, 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 no. Look, here's the thing. Um, well, we did like a lot of planning. I guess I could say this. Originally, you went into the carnival and stuff, and all of these were ideas. We in those days we barely got off the AI moving around off the ground. We barely could manage that. Um, but we like did a lot of ideas on paper to see what worked and what didn't, to then execute those. They never reached the execution phase, but um, the idea was you went into the carnival and destroyed the each animatronic in a different fashion, and then took their data like or RAM or something. But then I was like, I don't like that. Like one morning I was walking to school and I was like, that stinks. I'm gonna do something different. And uh I'm pretty sure this is mentioned in the game jewel, so I can talk about it. It's you're still like breaking in and stealing data and stuff, but it's much more dynamic and player involved rather than a objective list you need to complete. Um, but yeah, the I guess there is a build of the game, but it's just we're doing a lot from scratch, I'm pretty sure. So it's a lot of testing and idea weighing how we feel about it for now. Well, not for now. For now, the server's been dead for a bit because I've been really busy. But there are some stuff that's done, and again, I feel kind of guilty, but I hope I can pick up development again.
No, of course. Everything that's good is worth waiting for. It just
Yeah.
depends. You do it in your own time, mate. No need to rush it.
Yeah.
If people are interested in an idea, they'll wait. They'll wait as long as they can for it. I mean, look at the people
Yeah.
waiting for Half-Life 3. People thought it was going to be at the Game Awards the other day, and it wasn't.
Oh boy. Yep.
But people are
Oh,
waiting for
and
something if it's good.
the Hollow Knight, Silks. I played a little bit of Hollow Knight. I couldn't get into it, but my friend Nightmare, I'm watching him slowly unravel each day as there is no Silk Song news. I feel bad for them.
I know. I remember watching it get revealed. I think it was on a PlayStation Direct. I could be wrong. And then they never
I
mentioned it again.
I have no idea. I mean, a lot of games did that. Ruin Stable just posted a teaser and went in radio silent for more than a year, and then they were like, "Here's a trailer," and then they like delivered one of the best experiences. Well, depends on who you ask, but people really liked it. And Dark Revival, they said, "Yeah, it's coming out 2019 or something." Silence for like 3 years, and then they delivered big. But yeah,
Honestly, again, great things are worth waiting for.
yep.
This was. I've got a question here. This one was. I'm interested to see what you say because I want to see what you think about yourself. What would you prefer to be recognized as? A filmmaker, an animator, or a game designer?
Well, I have. I guess every artist has this like uh, story in mind where they want to execute it. Some people say comic or um, s- a show or whatever they have an end goal with the original ideas. Mine is actually I'm gonna test you, but have you seen Anglerfish? A short I did on my
I
YouTube.
you know what? I think I missed that one. You've caught me out. I missed something.
Big fan, fake big fan. Shake my. Oh, no, it's fine. It's not good. Just imagine the Nutcracker short, but a lot worse. But uh, that was like well, you haven't said I have like these ideas I occasionally get, and I throw them into a story I'm developing for for it to eventually be made into a trilogy of games I have in mind. But it's like could be a few decades from now, for all I know. But that's like my end goal as an artist. So hopefully, game designer. But I'll be content with animator if I could do animation and stuff. But the dream is game designer, just because of that story I have in mind.
Fair enough. Everyone's got their own story. I still don't know what I want to be. I've juggled that many things recently. I don't know whether I want to
You'll
be an
get it eventually.
animator or a YouTuber or an interviewer. Keep doing this. Maybe a game designer at some point. That's something that I'm not going to say yet because I'm not allowed to. But there's a chance it could be game designer. Hopefully. But
Hopefully, hopefully.
yeah. But okay. Next question, because you'd be surprised to know we're already over the 40-minute mark.
Oh yeah, seems that way.
Okay.
Fine by me.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We can do as much footage as you want. I could probably get. This will probably be the longest episode. You're fun to talk to.
I'm
Um,
that interesting.
definitely. Um, okay. You seem to enjoy making projects independently or with a team. What drives you and your team to work on said games?
You know, I think I ever really like when I say worked with a team, I mean directed. I have worked w- on teams, but I'm gonna talk about when I've directed a team. The only time I directed a team, and the thing got finished. Was well, no, actually, I finished two projects with the team, but um, that one was anglerfish, and like I said, it's not very good because a lot of work fell on me, and there's so much I can do, but um working with a team has its upsides. Definitely, you don't need to do everything yourself, but you need to know how to direct, know every field, at least on the surface level, so you know what you want and you can convey what you want. And you need to get people to do things, but don't overwork them. It's challenging, and I'm not gonna pretend I know anything about it, but working solo, a lot more to do, but I know what I want because it's in my brain and I'm my own team. Um, but Oh, and the other thing was Tales from TNC, which was a troll game, but it was a nightmare, especially on the last day. The game, I'm trying to think. I know there's some one thing I can say that's definitely broken. Oh yeah, there are a few things that the game's technically unfinished, but we just didn't bother because we wanted to release it on April Fools, so there was a tight deadline, and there was stuff that broke, and we didn't fix it. But one thing is, the game was gonna have achievement. I don't know who I'm telling this to. I think four people played that game, but nonetheless, the game was gonna have like achievements on Game Jolt, but I don't know, it broke and we couldn't fix it. I mean, we didn't fix it. And when you start the game, there's a white square on the bottom right. That was supposed to be a loading animation, but again, it broke because Unreal Engine is great software. But I guess, yeah, teams are good, not so in other places, but so is everything, I suppose.
Yeah, that gives me confidence, definitely.
Hmm.
Um, okay, this question kind of ties into that. You have three games that are listed on your game, Joel. You have Operation Trench, Tales from the Night Carnival, and the Night Carnival. Which personally out of these three are your favorite? Even if one isn't released yet, which is your favorite personally?
Well, if I'm counting all of them, it's definitely the Night Carnival because it has a story, it has ideas I really like, and I think I did well with the story and the gameplay. I think I did well, but uh, I'll let the others be the judge of that when it comes out in 2079 or something. I don't know, but uh, from the ones that are released, I think. Well, here's the thing. Operation Trench, I never went to it expecting a game. I was gonna make an experience. I guess more like Iron Lung, but during the development of Operation Trench, I really wanted to avoid Iron Lung just because I didn't want people comparing it. I drew my inspiration from Subnautica, but um, Operation Trench is more of an experience. Tales from TNC is, well, I guess, is more of a game. And it's kind of fun. Tales from TNC, the forest section. For those who know, um, it has a little bit of gameplay to it,
I will say
but
this. Sorry to jump in, but I did
no,
find
no, go on.
somebody did a playthrough on YouTube. That's how I know what the game looked like. It was I saw someone did a playthrough of the game.
Yeah, the two people I can recall did a playthrough. One of them was actually one of the voice actors for the game.
That was the one I
Um,
saw because I remember them stating at the beginning of the video that they voiced in the game.
yeah, yeah. And the other person was one of Ribs's friends, and that video was, I don't know, it felt like a shit post because I mean it kind of was, but I'm glad you didn't see that one. But yeah, I guess I'd say Operation Trench was my it could be my favorite because I think this was a question later on, so I'll save it for that. But it was me making my first game, and it was such a weird period because, well, I guess I'll save it for the later question, but I'd say Operation Trench for now.
Okay. Well, we'll go on to the Twitter questions because yeah, I think you know what one of them are. So we'll ask that one first. I am so sorry if I butcher your name. Ashrindy asked, when is Night Carnival coming out?
Um, you know what? I'm feeling grateful. I'll answer this to Ash in person tonight. Anyway, next question.
He's gonna go and tell it. You're gonna tell him like 2022 or something. Go back in
Uh,
time and release it.
okay. I guess serious answer would be I have genuinely no idea, but couple years probably because again we're doing everything from scratch and this is my
Yeah.
first time making a game and it is a pretty big game, so that would be interesting to see if we can even make it or we have to change some stuff. But couple of years could be my most solid answer, I guess.
Okay, that's good. At least we know the game is happening. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
unknown.
even if
Oh yeah.
hold on, sorry. I mean, if the game ever gets canceled for whatever reason, I have a backup plan to tell the story as an animated series, hopefully, because I don't know, it's very special to me, the characters I've made and the story I've made and the ideas I have for it. That even if it fails at as a game, I'll try to make it work. Somehow, I'll write a goddamn notepad file and release that if I have to.
I'm glad. It's nice to see some determination. It really is. Um. Okay. Unknown. Unknown. Hi, unknown. Unknown asked.
Hello.
What's your current motivation to animate slash make your project slash etc.
You know, there couldn't have been a worse time to ask us because all I've been doing for the past week or so is playing video games. I don't know. I guess I just kind of got burnt out, but taking into fact in general is I usually have an idea and I want to execute that idea and um whether it be a short meme video or game, I guess, but longer projects like the Buckshot Roulette short I'm working on, well, quote unquote working on, but um, it's the satisfaction I get from finishing a project because finishing the Nutcracker was easily the one of the worst experiences of my life because I did not sleep for 2 days. I had to go like meet family members for some events and stuff, and then the YouTube upload got stuck, so I had to figure that out. But when I hit upload on that video, I leaned back in my chair. I was like, I did it. I goddamn did it. And the satisfaction I get from finishing projects like that is unmatchable by anything else, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I I feel nowhere near the same way about these interviews. These are just to push. People have questions for animators and game developers and stuff like that, and this is a place where people can come and say, hey, I want you to answer this, and then I can drag them on unwillingly to force them to answer it.
Help me. I
But
mean, that's fair, I suppose, because this isn't like a huge multi-year project you're working on or multi-month. It's just a thing you're doing, and I don't really expect anyone to get that much of a satisfaction I was talking about from this, but you know,
I mean, it's just a
maybe
quick
you'll
thing for people who
experience
are
it.
super interested. There's always those kinds of people.
Yeah, interviews are good for fans of something.
I mean, you have a lot of fans. I see it quite a bit. You have a lot of people who are
I
interested
I
to learn
hope
more.
so.
I mean, let's see here. I don't think it takes a
I
lot
mean,
of research to find that out.
I mean, I know I said I don't do it for the popularity, and I don't, but having fans is cool because my art is appreciated and stuff. But
I mean, I'd say there's
yeah,
17,000 people who are quite interested, judging by a quick look that I took at
uh,
your YouTube channel there.
yeah. I
But
mean, how I feel is my stuff is popular, but me myself as a person less so. And I mean, I'm fine with that. It's fine. People who have like others interested in themselves are interesting people. I don't think I'm that interesting, nor do I put interesting stuff about myself out there. But it's fine. I'm fine with this. It's not like I want to be a huge celebrity or something. I'm content.
I can honestly really respect that. Um, okay. You know what? Yeah, you were right about there being another question about one of your games. How
Hmm?
long did it take you to develop Operation Trench? Because I think I know the answer. I think I remember seeing it on the
Um,
Steam page, Game Jolt page.
it was 10 straight days, and I have never done this with any other project. Wake up 8 a.m., 9 p.m., not 9 p.m., 9 a.m. And wow, I used to have a healthy sleep schedule, I think, back then. Amazing. But wake up, boot up Unreal, work on the stuff, go to sleep at night all day. I mean, I did eat and stuff, but all day work on Operation Trench. And uh it's not like the game's a masterpiece. It's more of an experience, like I say. But I was learning, and the game was the opposite of. It had the opposite of. Uh, Hold on. What's the word I'm looking for? It was very small at the beginning. It was like um 1/4 of what it is now. Because I went into it being like, if I plan a lot, I'm gonna fail. So I'm gonna plan small. And then I was like, okay, but this is too small. Let me add on to it. And it got made. Hooray. But it was very weird because looking back on it, I was like, what was I on, man? I worked on I worked on it for 10 days full time. Like I did nothing else. I just worked on it.
I need that kind of determination. I mean,
And I do too. I mean, I don't know how I did it, but I need it right now, please.
I think the only time I've had that was last episode with Unknown. So a lot of the
Uh,
editing I had to do manually, especially for the profile pictures.
mm.
I found a way to make it easier now, so it won't take as long to
Oh,
edit.
you
But I'm pretty
wow.
sure I spent like 3 or 4 hours sat there just editing profile pictures moving. And then my editor
Oh
joined the call
god.
because he was working on the bigger project. He went, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "I've been here for 4 hours." And he sat and looked at me. He said, "I never do that, ever. How are you doing that?" I said, "I don't know. I want to get it done." And he
Uh
was like
th-
shell
I
shocked.
I assumed you had like, a method because I watched something, I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I wonder how they did it." And I assumed you had
No, that was all
some,
manual.
I don't know.
That was all manual. The whole
Wow,
thing was
you
manual.
are
I had to sift through an hour and 21 minutes of footage manually doing that. It was painful.
god damn respect. Honestly, I respect that.
And the worst part is I had to do it twice for both profile pictures. You can tell which one I started off with because I gave up with Unknowns. You can tell mine is a lot more refined in the video. And then
Oh wow.
Unknowns was done like 4 hours in, and I was like, oh god.
No, it's fine, honestly. I hope you developed a better strategy for that because
I
good
I
God.
have thankfully.
Okay,
It's called
good
using the
job.
fusion page in DaVinci.
Ah,
But yeah. Okay, next question because I'm gonna if I keep talking about that, it's taking me back to the time when I was grinding away on my computer. Um,
oh,
you make some fantastic models. How long on average does it tend to take when you create your models? Like how long? How much time?
you know, you'd think I have a answer prepared for this because I get asked a lot of times, but I guess it really depends because I could do it in a couple of days. If it's simple, I can do it in one day. I could you know, slack off and get something done in a few months, but I'd say couple of days should be reasonable. You know, you model it and then you UV unwrap. Very fun. I highly recommend it, if especially if you want to do self harm. But then you do sculpting and then substance painter and baking and rigging. That could take a couple of days.
Again, I need to learn how to do some more of this stuff because some of the stuff you make is insane. Do you use
Thank you.
Blender to make your models? Because if I remember correctly, it looked like you were using something else when I saw your Nutcracker video.
No, yeah, I use Blender for modeling and basically everything except texturing because Blender does have a texturing feature, but it's an like I told Unknown the other day, it's a no-no. It's bad. I use Substance Painter for um texturing because the difference is like using using Blender for animation and modeling instead of SFM. It's like it's far superior. It's industry standard basically.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. This one, I don't know if you're going to be too happy with this question because I don't think you
Oh,
like your music, but
huh.
I did. I saw that you made some music. What musicians or OSTs inspired your songs?
Um, well, I have a playlist that should be easy to answer. I have a playlist I go to every morning when I walk to I walk to school and now I walk to uni. And I guess when I'm working and not watching a YouTube video in the background. But I guess the biggest one because there's 300 songs in this playlist, 350 I think. But it's I guess Ultra Kill has a phenomenal soundtrack. And what else? Why am I blanking here? Cyberpunk, love that game soundtrack, and some FNAF OSTs as well because I don't see a lot of people talking about FNAF soundtrack, especially like Security Breach and stuff because like the Mimics chase theme or the DJ Music Man sequence, that stuff's great. I genuinely love those songs for what they are. And I guess there's some one-offs here like Disco Elysium and Subnautica and Inscription, Omori, Deltarune. But the main ones I'd say are Ultra Kill and Cyberpunk, probably.
Okay, I could see that because I remember listening to your music. I honestly thought Undertale was going to be in there because I remember seeing your animations on that, but I guess not.
I like Undertale, but not that much. But I like it. It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Okay. Well, I guess this ties into kind of ties in because we've answered music. I want to see like what's. Let's go to the next stage. What games do you think have had the biggest impact on you? Like ever out of every game you've played, what are like the three or four that have had the largest impact?
Mm, I guess I could say a top three. I w- Five Nights at Freddy's, but I don't know if I take that much inspiration from FNAF in my work. I really love it. It pushed me as an artist, but um, I don't know. I guess looking at my work, I don't see much of FNAF in it, but I guess Five Nights at Freddy's because it made me an artist and um, Ultra Kill if I ever wanna come up with a gameplay mechanic because again, I love that game's just everything, mostly gameplay, but I guess the first one would be Subnautica because just the atmosphere of that game, the feeling it gives me is unmatched in anything else I've ever seen. The the soundtrack that plays subtly and the environment and the sound design, the visuals, all of that, it creates something that I have never seen ever. And I hope it's in the second game. It wasn't in Below Zero, but I hope it's in the second game. If not, though, I'm still playing it. But I guess that would be the top three: Subnautica, Ultra Kill, and FNAF.
Okay. I could definitely see that in some of your work. Yeah. You should absolutely do a Subnautica animation as well. I can imagine a short on that. That would be
I mean, I like Ultra Kill. I want to, but it's it's not like I can just like FNAF. I can take assets already made and just piece them together, or like Lethal Company, just do some small stuff my own, and that works because it's a very small scale thing. Subnautica and Ultra Kill, I want to give them the proper effort they deserve. So it would be very ambitious.
okay. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Okay, this one I think this one will be an interesting answer because I know you tie close to games like this. What is your opinion on the increase of games using low poly graphics? Like as of recent,
I
like Shipwrecked 64 and
Oh, I
uh,
love that game.
games like that. With those kind of graphics. What's your opinion on the increase of that?
Uh, well, I don't want to. I don't want this to sound cynical, but I kind of see them for what they are, which is a easy method for developers to execute their game without having to worry about 3D stuff. Because you'd be surprised how much of a nightmare it is to get all that to work. And I suppose that's fine, but it definitely is getting saturated. Like, just go on to itch.io. It's filled, but um I love it when they have an explanation for it. Like, Shipwrecked is has kind of a meta narrative where it's like a found game, a lost media game, and I just like Shipwrecked and the creator Squeaks. I respect him a lot. He's a cool dude. And I guess Ultra Kill. Here's the thing: Ultra Kill does use that low poly style, but it has some amazing artists that, even though it's low poly, the designs and just texture work it might as well be just a well developed art style. I mean, it is, but there is an in-universe explanation for why the game looks like that, because your main character just sees the world that way because you're a robot, and because you need to be efficient in combat, there is less power for your camera eye thingy, but I like that there's a reason. There was a FNAF fan game, Chica's Party World Rebaked, if I recall correctly. Did a similar thing. You're a robot, and the reason you see everything as low poly is because you're a robot. But like I said, Iron Long doesn't really have an explanation for that. And again, I don't hate it, but uh, it would be appreciated if more games could explain why you know uh, they use low poly graphics. And if they do, they earn it in my book.
Okay, so as long as it's executed well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. This one, I've got another question here for you. We're getting down to the last couple of questions now. I think we've got over an hour and a half of footage. I could be wrong, or we're nearly there.
Wow. We.
But okay. I'll round this up because you told me earlier. You have approximately 2,000 hours on Blender,
Mhm.
3,460 on SFM. In your own words, what are the advantages and disadvantages of both software?
Um. Well, I'll go with SFM because that's the first thing I use. But SFM is, I guess, less intimidating to get into, even though it has a lot of errors that you might encounter when you don't know what you're doing. But it's, I guess, a little more welcoming. And it has the workshop, which you can just refer to it and get the stuff you want if SFM downloads them correctly. Because good God, I have so many memories of that thing not working at all. But you have a lot of pre-made stuff for you, and I guess by limiting itself and cutting some features that traditional programs have, it again makes it less intimidating and makes you more comfortable and more simple to use. But that does have its drawbacks, and the drawbacks is this thing barely works. Like constant crashes and lags and stuff just breaking for no reason because source engine. And you know the rendering engine is outdated, and again a lot of features are missing. For Blender is, I guess, it's more intimidating to get started with, but you know it has a lot of more it's it has a lot of more features, and it's more versatile and stuff. And you can model in it. You can basically make a short film completely in Blender, and I guess edit it and make the models, storyboard it if you really want to. You can do everything in Blender. Doesn't mean you should, but you could. It has a lot of tools and options. Uh, and I guess it lacks the community aspect SFM has with its workshop and stuff. There's an add-on called Blender Kit that has pre-made materials, HDRIs, and models and stuff. I've used it. It's not as good as the workshop. Some stuff is paid, some stuff is free, but just overall, it doesn't exactly have what you're looking for sometimes, and it just pushes you to make it yourself, which you might not want to or you can't. But overall, I'd say Blender is better because it gives you more options on many different things in the creative process.
Okay. Well, I agree. I got lucky and started off with Blender, and then I tried to go into SFM, and it just confused me.
Fun fact: I tried to use Maya in art school, and it was scarily similar to SFM. And I'm like, oh god, what's going on here? Wasn't Blender the goat? What's happening? But Maya is scary. The Actually, I'm I'm gonna do something funny. Can you guess what the playback button is for Maya? The shortcut for it.
Oh God. It's probably not going to be spacebar, is it? That's too easy.
Yeah,
Um, enter, maybe backspace.
you're giving it too much credit. It's Alt V.
Why? That's that.
I
Why?
have no
I wouldn't
idea.
have. I would never have got that. That's just too random.
Um, I hear that like the Maya studios, like industry standard studios use, is a lot different from ours. So maybe I don't know. Every day, some poor animator goes in and changes the hotkey for playback to space or whatever. But um, space in Maya, I'm pretty sure just changes the viewport you're in. No, not the viewport. It's um, how do I say this? It's like changes the perspective of the camera to like some pre-made ones, and it's like, okay, but why?
I do have some FNAF questions before we get to the most important question of the interview.
Oh God,
Um,
I don't know
yeah.
if I'm ready.
Okay. Um, you know what? I'll just batter these two off. What's your opinion on the fan base at the moment, and what is your favorite game in the series?
Oh, the Freddy's fan base. Good God. Um, Look, I don't know. I don't want to say it's completely awful because I've met nice people in there and it's very talented, but man, stuff I've seen from these people, it's like, why? Here's the thing. I think FNAF's very popular and it attracts a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds and different opinions and different stands on how some stuff should be, and that obviously makes them clash. I think that it's kind of impossible to get rid of the, I guess, toxicity that's present. but I won't completely write it off as a bunch of kids or furries or horny people, I guess. I wouldn't call it that because there's a lot of aspects to it. There's animators, song artists, cosplayers, um, YouTubers, all of that. And I respect the talented people. I do not want to be associated with them anymore, if you get what I mean.
Completely. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is just a mess. I'm going into the FNAF community more as trying to build my own group of people, not the community needs a refresh. There's too many
Yeah,
problem people
yeah,
who need to get out, like right now.
yeah. And like I've heard the argument that oh, just don't interact with the fandom, and I, I mean, I guess I am doing that, but it's not that easy, dude. Like you're a fan of something, and you go online and just wanna see stuff about that thing. It's impossible to not interact with the fandom to some extent, at least.
Well, that's why I plan to try and the plan is to try and separate
Yeah,
the good community and the bad community, and then when we know
stay away,
who's in the bad community,
stay,
you can get rid of them.
stay away from Twitter and Reddit. That's my tip.
The problem is I use Twitter as a main promotion, although I will.
Oh
The
God,
temptation is
I
for
mean,
Blue Sky. The problem is Twitter's good because I know a lot of people who run
yeah,
accounts on there, like Cat Fanf. I know the guy who runs that account. He's a funny, very chill guy, and he helped me out with the last promotion. He put it on FNAF movie updates, which has 200,000 followers, and I was like, wow.
ah,
And I was like, damn. But the video got like 7K views on Twitter, so I don't know how to feel about that. But
no,
the plan this time is to push more for the YouTube views and not Twitter views. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The Twitter community can just be a. It's not fun. Um,
I had some bad interactions on there, but yeah.
I can tell. That's why you left, and
Yeah.
I should have consulted you before making the Twitter post. Um,
No,
I'll do
it's
that
fine, honestly.
next time before I post the video because I'm probably going to post the video link on Twitter, and then that's up to you whether you want to repost it or quote tweet it or
No, no,
whatever.
it's
But
I don't like avoid Twitter like the play. I some occasionally check it like once a week maybe, but it's not taboo for me. Like I know that I can't completely abandon it, and it's fine. I'll check it if I have to.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, I think we'll do the last question of the interview, and then the most important one.
Oh,
Uh, what is your favorite game in the whole series? Like everything, it could be Ruin, little short experiences like that, or just anything. What is your favorite game?
hmm. I guess Help Wanted too, but I like every game in the franchise except maybe FNAF 4 because I don't know. I sat down to replay all the games because I was just craving FNAF the other day, and I played FNAF 4 and it was just I don't know. It was obnoxious, but it was just kind of obnoxious. Um, but Help Wanted 2 is very fun to play. I wish it had an endless mode because I would genuinely just play it in my free time, but it doesn't. I have to like go into the level and then restart it if I want to play again. That's kind of a turn off. But it's Help Wanted 2 is very fun. Into the Pit is a very solid experience. Ruin is a very great narrative, I think. So I'm just kind of divided, but as a game, I'd say my personal oh wait. Um I expect to get like a lot of shit for this, but you know what? I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna say Security Breach because it's not a good game. I know it's not a good game. It is fundamentally flawed, but when I sat down to replay all the games, I spent the most amount of time on Security Breach because I just enabled the debug menu and just flew around the map, analyzing everything. I was like, "Ooh, that's an animation I haven't seen before." It's a very fun game to break and dissect. I think it's not fun to play as is, but I, I had a friend. They changed their name constantly. I don't know what they're called now, but one time they told me something on Twitter that was very, very accurate. They said it's a shame they were talking about security breach. It's a shame because everything around the game works except the game itself. Like every the animations, the character designs, the lighting, the environment, the just breaking the game. All that is fun except the playing the game, which is kind of an issue because it's a video game.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll be brave. I say security breach.
that is very bold, considering
Yep.
considering what everyone says. When this episode's posted, expect the people on Twitter to come after you with pitchforks and torches.
Dude, I lived through 2022. That year was hell because I kind of liked Security Breach, but I admit it was bad, but um I had people left and right. It was like, oh, Security Breach is trash, and FNAF Plus is better, and all that.
Oh,
And
look what
I lived
happened to
through it.
FNAF
I'm
Plus.
Oh man, that game. But yeah, it made me tougher. I'm I've lived through it, so come at me, I guess. I don't
Bro's
even have
ready.
time to check your stuff, so come at me.
Exactly. You're busy working on your own things, which honestly
Yeah,
that's how it should be. Keep your
yeah,
keep your own projects going. Ignore the people on Twitter being mean. They have no real
yeah.
power. Um. Okay. Possibly the most important question of the interview. You you
Oh God.
you wanted me to ask you this.
Oh,
Um.
okay.
what is your favorite color?
Yellow.
That is dead respectable because it is mine too. Purple and yellow. Those are
And it's
my
not like the
favorite colors.
ugly greenish yellow, it's the orangish kind of yellow.
Absolutely agree.
Cheese color.
Yes. That can't that genuinely that's probably the most important question.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
serious.
why do you think we ended on that? We can't top it.
That is going to be the ending question as well. To be complete, that
Yeah.
is going to be yeah. Okay. Well, I think we'll call that here. Um,
Yeah.
is there anything you want to promote? I'll give you 3 minutes to promote any of your socials, anything you're doing. Don't matter. 3 minutes uninterrupted until you say you're done. Go.
All right. Well, I suppose I guess follow me on Blue Sky, but I don't post much on social media anymore because one, I'm busy. Two, I want to post actually important stuff. I probably won't use Twitter unless I have a reason to. So if you want the most out of me for some reason, I'll be on Blue Sky and I guess the community page on YouTube. And I guess YouTube, I'll post some projects there, and I guess that's it for socials. I'm working on the Buckshot Roulette short, and hopefully that comes out in a timely manner. Probably early next year, maybe January or February. If I ever stop procrastinating. But that's that. Night Carnival coming. Um, 2077, and I guess that's for projects unless I do some random short thing. And I suppose that's it. I also want to thank you for interviewing me. It's really cool, a really cool experience.
Yeah. No.
It feels like
Honestly,
I
glad
made
to
it.
have you. I'm glad you accepted
Yeah,
because you were one of the. Do you know how this series came around? I assume you do if you watched the first episode. It was
yeah, you very professionally planned. You two were like, "What if?"
yeah, no, we were playing. I don't remember whether it was Helldivers or Power Wash, but we
Uh,
threw the entire series together in 30 minutes, and we contacted
yes,
you the same night. And
hell
thank
yeah.
God you picked up. You picked up, and you were like, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Yep.
um,
But this was really cool. I
yeah,
was looking
no,
forward
honestly,
to it.
I'd be glad to have you again if we ever do a season 2 if this takes off. If it gets popular enough, I'll probably do one in the next couple of years again. Bring you back on. That sounds
Spoilers,
fun.
spoilers. Night Carnival isn't still out.
Well, hopefully by then you'll at least have some test builds
Yeah,
we
at,
can
at
ask you
least a
about.
trailer or something. Yeah.
But yeah, no, honestly, you've been great to have on, mate. Um, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
who's still watching to this point, the next episode is going to be with Goopy Spring Boy. You probably know him for he did the Disney XD, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon
Oh,
indents. Today's episode was Beiji, obviously, great guy. Go follow him
hello.
on everything. And yeah, we'll see everybody in the next episode. It's been fun.
I hope
Goodbye.
the series goes well for
Oh,
you. Hope
I'm
it's good.
hoping it does, especially with some of the guests we've got. I'm hoping it does. But yeah, we'll see everybody
Oh,
next
wait, wait,
time.
wait.
Oh yeah.
I just, sorry, I just remembered something. There's a project I've worked on last year, and it took until this year for it to be finished. I didn't make it. I just worked on it with a lot of cool people. Funny story. Real Time contacted me. It was like, "Hey, can I commission you and stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, here's the price range." And they were like, "Okay, cool. I'll contact you when I need to." It's been more than a year. I don't know what happened, but
Negotiations fell through.
yeah. But I guess I'll say who it is. It's John FNAF, and
Oh, oh, that
they
is so
actually
cool.
it's their timeline video that they did actually post about
Oh,
it a couple of times. I
yeah,
did
no, I've
some
seen
stuff
that
for it.
being promoted. That was before I became relevant. Wow.
Wow,
Look at me.
it's a
I've only
long
become
time.
relevant in like the past 2 weeks. Wow.
I remember doing a shot, and it was like right before I went to like a school meeting about, oh, next year you have university and stuff, and it's important and stuff. And now I'm in university, and it's just coming out, and it's kind of surreal how long it took, but it's a really cool project, and the guy was really nice to work with.
That's honestly great to hear. Yeah, no, I'll
Yes.
do a little thing, but that was really cool. I can't wait to see that when it's out. Um,
Yeah.
all right. Well, it's been fun to have you on,
Yep.
Mr. Beiji. Um,
I hope the series does well again.
oh, I am hoping so. But honestly, it was nice to have you on as a guest, mate.
Mm.
If we ever do a season 2, I'd love to bring you back if people want that, of course. But
Yep.
yeah, I think we'll end this one here. It's been fun to have you,
Yep.
and I'll see everybody in the next episode. Goodbye.